A blockbuster new paper reveals how America's kids are getting sicker, possibly because of exposure to unregulated chemicals. A chorus of doctors and scientists are demanding that lawmakers and regulators put a plan in action, saying inaction is no longer an option. America's kids are bombarded with man-made chemicals like never before in their food, clothing, and toys.
I see it as immoral, frankly immoral, that we should allow children in our country to be exposed to chemicals that are harming them when we could be doing something about it.
Renowned pediatrician Dr. Philip Landrigan has spent nearly 5 decades investigating the impact of toxic chemicals on children's health. Now he's joined forces with a coalition of 24 leading voices to expose how a tidal wave of unregulated chemicals could be damaging the health of vulnerable kids. What was it that brought such a group of experts together for this purpose?
We all have children. We all love our children. We came together because we wanted to get it right, and we wanted to lay out the evidence that the chemical regulatory system in this country is broken.
Their paper, recently published in the New England Journal of Medicine, identifies the dangerous direction kids' health is headed. In the last 50 years, childhood cancer is up 35%. Pediatric asthma has tripled, and today, 1 in 6 kids are affected by a neurodevelopmental disorder. Alongside the increase in diseases in children, an explosion in the production of man-made chemicals, things like plastics, flame retardants, and pesticides, invading everyday goods without restraint. How strong do you believe the connection is between these man-made chemicals and the rise in non-communicable diseases that we're seeing among American kids?
The evidence linking toxic chemicals to disease in children is very clear. Every year we find yet another connection, a chemical that's on the market that's been widely used suddenly is discovered to be causing disease in children.
There are already more than 350,000 synthetic chemicals and plastics in the world, and production is expected to triple in the next 25 years. 80% have never been tested for toxicity. Landrigan likens it to consumers flying without radar in a system designed to allow chemicals to enter the market quickly and without scrutiny.
The current chemical safety law in the United States prioritizes unfettered production of chemicals over children's health, which in my mind is backwards. We should be doing it completely the opposite. We should be regulating chemicals the way we regulate prescription drugs, which is to say they have to be carefully tested for safety before they come to market.
Our investigations have uncovered dozens of pesticides being served to kids in their school lunch, children exposed to a toxic plasticizer in IV equipment, and persistent contaminants in baby food, all prompting renewed attention from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. Calls for action are getting louder. How optimistic are you that, armed with your work in this space, that we're finally going to see some change happen?
I'm cautiously optimistic because I see people of goodwill, of all political persuasions, coming together to do the right thing.
To read the full report and see all of our investigations on everything from contaminants in baby food to school lunches, go to WJLA.com. Lisa Fletcher, 7 News.